On the day Stanley Cup finals begin with our beloved Florida Panthers going for their third straight appearance, it is only appropriate that we begin listening to a Matt Mervis home run last night for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. The dude went yard off a lefty, by the way. Watch the video because I posted it on Twitter and Instagram, as of course did the Jumbo Shrimp. That was off a lefty. So don't tell me Mervis can't hit lefties deep or hit lefties, period. And I think the Jumbo Shrimp lost. Doesn't matter. I'm only following Matt Mervis, and I celebrate him today. I salute you, Matt Mervis.
Just devil's advocate. Zach Wilson was great in college.
Well, again, I have nothing to go off of other than what happened where he's playing. Because someone, I posted it. I'm like, are you kidding me, Matt Mervis? And someone, tweeted back at me and said, the minors are very different than the majors. Yeah, thanks, Tim Kirchin. I appreciate that. I wasn't aware of that until you responded to me on Twitter with that. Listen, dude's batting against lefties in the minors. He's hitting bombs. In the meantime, I'm watching the Marlins right now. They're losing in the bottom of the seventh, 3-1 to the Colorado Rockies. They're going to get swept by the historically worst team in baseball history, the Colorado Rockies. And guess what they could probably use? Runs.
A Mervis.
And guess who can provide those runs?
A Mervis.
I mean, it's crazy to me. Guy's toiling away in the minors. Played one game there. He's toiling away in the minors. Already hit a ding-dong off a lefty. Clayton McCullough, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
I'm with you, Hawk. Once you jump on the train, you got to ride that train.
We're riding it out, man. We are going to Jacksonville. We're going to see this in person. I'm excited.
I actually talked to Fred Taylor. We on the same flight this morning, and he said that he could make a call.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine what the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp would do to have Fred Taylor in the crowd? Because he'd have to come with us, obviously.
Yeah, and he'd throw out the first pitch.
Right. I mean, throw out the first pitch. He could play center field if he wants. I mean, honestly, if Fred Taylor, is he the most successful athlete in Jacksonville professional sports history?
No, the big tackle. Oh my goodness. His name.
The B.
It is. The big tackle would, because he's a Hall of Famer. Fred's not a Hall of Famer right now.
What's the dude's name? Why can't I think of his name? Big white dude.
It ain't many Hall of Fame Jacksonville Jaguars. It got to be easy to look up. I was, go on my thread. Yeah, but Fred's top three. Guaranteed top three.
Tony Baselli?
Tony Baselli. Tony
Baselli was a
Mark Brunell and Fred Taylor, right?
Yeah, that's it. Jimmy Smith, Mike Peterson. You can't think of too many.
Baselli's the only player in the Pro Football Hall of Fame to have played for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Right. And Fred should be in there, or will be one day.
Fred will be one day.
Yeah. Might have to get loud for him because he doesn't get loud on his own behalf. You might have to get loud for him.
Told him 100 times. I told Zach Thomas that. Zach didn't have to get loud, but I told Fred, man, stop being so nice, giving everybody else credit. Go cuss somebody out or get arrested. You'll be in the Hall of Fame next year.
Do it in the nude. I mean, just go all out.
Get naked?
Well, maybe not in the nude. I'm a little rattled by this old Mervis thing. He should be playing right now. I don't know what's going on with the Marlins. They're going to get swept by the Rockies. Today, of course, if you were listening yesterday, today is the first official show under the new moniker, Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. We're excited. Solana has already taken his talents to home. He's no longer coming into the studio. He's home, and he is leaning into having his name on the title of the show. So we appreciate it. We salute you, Solana.
See you for the Thanksgiving potluck, Jimmy.
And man, I went on Twitter and I had that 20+ bubble, and I was like, what did I say now to get me in trouble again? It was everybody congratulating Solana, man. People love you, bro.
There are, I mean, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, there are so many Solana fans. It was very cool to see the reaction. I saw Cunha tweeted out a congratulations, and Omar Kelly tweeted out a congratulations, and Lee Sterling and Ari Odzer. And I mean, it was just the who's who of who in South Florida media. But now, very cool. Glad that everybody is on board with Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. The artwork is being done by our friend Wilson. I'll have a surprise for you later on. Everything is in process. Len is working on the imaging. I mean, things are happening. So very excited. And today we will remember the first official Hochman, Crowder, and Solana show is game 1 of the 2025 Stanley Cup Finals, and also the Matt Mervis Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp home run celebration show. Which, no, I think that'll probably, be. I mean, at one game in a 7-game series, we're talking about Matt Mervis's debut there in Jacksonville.
One game in a minor league lifetime.
Listen, you can try to diminish it all you want. I'm just telling you. Do you know the Colorado Rockies? Colorado Rockies won the series yesterday. They won because they won the first 2 games of the 3-game set with Miami. That's their first series win in 22 tries, which dates back to last season. I mean, they're a historically bad baseball team, and you got this Matt Mervis toiling away in the minors. He'll be hitting ding-dongs for the Marlins. McCullough never hit him against a lefty. Wouldn't let him bat against a lefty. Guys taking jacks deep off lefties in Jacksonville last night.
Who were they playing?
Another team. Who do you think they were playing?
Another team.
If I couldn't come up with Tony Baselli, you think I'm coming up with another AAA team?
Touche.
We're going to watch the game tonight, game 1. Crowder is with us from Dallas. You're in Dallas?
Yes, Dallas.
Have you stopped for Whataburger yet?
No, I landed at 9 their time. We shot at 10 and 12. I have no time. I'm just running around in Ubers all day.
Oh, you should Uber in some Whataburger.
They have great in-room dining. We're at like this Renaissance something. This thing's nice. Yeah, it's
but
a nice
Whataburger. I mean, how long are you in Dallas for?
Leaving tonight at 8.
Oh, well, you got to Uber Eats in that Whataburger, man. I don't know what you're waiting on. I would Uber Eats in Whataburger and Papado. I'd have them both arrive at the same time.
I'm already getting fat, man. I'm stress eating. I got a lot going on.
Listen, one of the things that my dad told me when he was dying and then later passed away, we know you lost your dad a couple weeks ago. One of the things my dad told me was use this to your advantage, however you can. And he was dead serious. He's like, take extra days off from work, just blame it on me. And had I thought of it, that would have also been a great time for me to blow up to the 400 or 500 pounds that I'm shooting for one day, because I could have attributed it all. No one judges you when you're going through personal turmoil. So as someone who's gone through it, I'm just saying, yeah, you might as well lean into it. So I'd get on that Uber app right now and get the Whataburger and the Papado and, lean into your situation.
Your advice is use Randy to get fat?
To do anything. You want to take up hard drugs, whatever you want to do, this is the time. You've kind of got a little bit of a free pass here from friends and family. You want to become a gambling addict. You want to, like, whatever you want to, again, I mean, listen, the sanctity of marriage is something there is nothing more sanctified than the sanctity of marriage. But if you were to stray during a very highly emotional time, many people would understand. So just letting you know. I don't know if Crowder's frozen up or if he's taking my advice and he's heading out to food and a brothel.
I believe Asia cut his feed. It is now the Hochman and Solana show.
Which was your plan, just not so soon.
Right.
Anyway, Crowder will get reconnected there. He's at a hotel in Dallas. But me and Solana will be at Funky Buddha tonight. And if you want to come watch game 1 with us, Josh Appel is going to be there with his wife. And I'm bringing my wife, Valentina, coming with you.
Yes, she's going to be there.
We'll all be there watching a little hockey tonight and enjoying some Funky Buddha beer and maybe an Aperol Spritz or two and some Yucatats. I see Dan Day nodding his head in approval. You were at Funky Buddha, I'm guessing, on Monday for trivia.
Yes, and it was funny because I saw that for their brunch, you can get unlimited Bloody Marys, beers, or Aperol Spritz. That was the advertisement.
That's right. And guess what? I bet they're selling more of those Aperol Spritzes than anything else. They have a good full-service bar there at Funky Buddha.
I have seen some Aperol Spritz, and I always think of you when I see someone at Funky Buddha drinking one.
I appreciate that very much. Let's get headlines here with Solana. Zach Gelb is going to join us today we've got boots on the ground today all over the place. So Zach Gelb, boots on the ground in New York. Talk about Tom Thibodeau. We've got Rob Pizzola, boots on the ground in Toronto, because we want to hear Central Canada's reaction to the series. And then we will talk with Mike Cugno on the west coast of Canada in Edmonton. Boots on the ground at the Rogers Center. Get us ready for the game. So we got a lot of action today, man. We'll do headlines here. Today's also National Cheese Day. So we'll get to that at some point if we can. Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai models in inventory like the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai.
Have we spoken to Rob since the Panthers beat Toronto,
I don't think
dominated
so.
Toronto? I don't think we have.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. By the way, Marlins scored a run, so it's 3-2 right now. Colorado over Miami. I think it's the top of the 8th.
We would never bring that up to Rob Pizzola, right? We would never bring that up.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to give him a little bit of the business, but I do want to know if he thinks that Toronto team should be broken up.
My guess is he's going to say yes. Everybody but the Biz appears to be saying that they should be broken up. Did you send me something that the Biz has gout?
Yeah, Paul Bisnet has gout. He got gout. It's one of the best 4-minute videos I've ever watched. He's eating on the NHL on TNT set 2 steaks a night at the beginning of the broadcast and at the end. And they're giving him, he's like, yeah, and he shows his foot. Now, my dad used to have gout. I've never had gout. My brother's gotten it a couple times, so I'm sure I'm going to get it at some point. My dad used to eat a lot of chopped liver, and it's that, what's the acid in chopped liver? There's something in chopped. Yeah, there's something in chopped liver that causes gout, but also a lot of red meat. And Biz was eating 2 steaks a night. And it was just, his doctor thinks it was just all the red meat that he was consuming. So,
well, my entire family has gout. Like, not my entire family, but my brother has gout. My dad has
all
gout.
Huge meat eaters.
Meat
eaters.
Mm-hmm. Meat eaters.
They're all big meteors. So, look literally
out. My uncles all have gout. And yeah, because our diets consist of red wine and red meat.
Wine is another one. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Uric acid, by the way. Uric acid is what leads to gout. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. I will have a swollen foot at some point.
Oh, I'm going to have gout. It was the one day. I'm one of the few people who never made fun of Big O for getting the gout. Everybody else was jumping all over Big O for getting the gout. Not me. I know how painful it is. Biz said it was the most. Now, this dude played hockey. This dude fought 15 people in an Arizona restaurant parking lot. He said, without question, the most painful thing he's ever faced is the gout.
My brother, I don't know if you would want me to share this, but this is probably not even top 5 worst things I've shared of my brother. But we were in Costa Rica. This happened in 2011. My brother was pretty young, Hoch. I mean, he's 40 now. This was 16 years ago.
He's like in his 20s?
Mid-20s. And he was a collegiate soccer player on scholarship. when like a couple years removed. So it's not like he was overweight. I mean, he was in pretty good shape, my brother. We're in Costa Rica watching Uruguay play the Costa Rica national team for a spot in the 2010 World Cup. And my brother, the morning of the match, could not walk.
Yeah, you can't, when you have the gout real bad, like Bissonnette's just toughing it out. Most humans cannot deal with that.
Yeah, he couldn't walk. He was contemplating going to the emergency room the day of a game Uruguay needed to win. And we were in Costa Rica to get to the World Cup.
Right.
And he was contemplating missing it. Crazy.
Because they were asking Biz on this podcast. They're like, can you get that thing into a shoe? And he's like, I can. It's painful and it requires some effort. Like, there's no human. If you see the size of his foot, there's no human that would try to jam that into a shoe. But hockey players are just a different breed, man. He's not missing the Stanley Cup for gout.
You ever see the Mr. Deeds, the lead foot Adam Sandler had in Mr. Deeds? It's basically what your foot looks like if you get gout. It's disgusting, man. Nowadays, I'll take a couple pills, I'll be fine. Right back to eating steaks in 2 days.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything to do for gout. I know my dad had certain pills that were just pain relievers, but I don't think they cured it.
Yeah, you just take some pills. It levels out your uric acid, and then you can eat whatever you want. Right back to drink your red wine.
I'm with it.
All right, Hoch. So game 1 tonight. The Panthers are going to be without AJ Greer, by the way. He is out.
Crowder text, by the way, he's trying to get back on. I'm guessing he didn't pay the hotel Wi-Fi fee. He's probably on the free Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm. Or he was kicked out of his room, and now he's he's finding a diner to do the show from. To go to Whataburger. Do the show from a Whataburger.
Nothing would make me happier. Boots on the ground at Whataburger. Come on.
AJ Greer's out. So it's Jesper Boquist who's going to take his place in the starting lineup tonight, or in the lineup, I should say, for the Florida Panthers fourth line. So no AJ Greer, not a surprise. That was the one player Paul Maurice told us, hey, I'm not feeling too confident about him being available.
All right.
8 p.m. tonight. Our broadcast, by the way, begins at 7:30 p.m. right here on 560 WQAM.
All right.
Tomorrow, you got NBA Finals, Game 1, OKC. They're hosting the Indiana Pacers. That'll be at 8:30 p.m.
Okie dokie.
Too early to start betting the NBA Finals. I put in that bet yesterday. Thunder in 5. About? Yeah, I put Thunder in 5 in yesterday.
I was going to ask Gelb what he's thinking, and I was going to ask Pizzola what he's thinking before I actually pull the trigger on a wager.
Couple other NBA notes, by the way. The Suns have hired Cavs assistant Jordan Ott as their next head coach. And Adam Silver, he was doing some media today. He said several fascinating things, but I think the most noteworthy was that...
Hey, there's Crowder.
Hey.
You didn't get the upgraded Wi-Fi?
Am I good?
Yeah, you look good to us.
That's what I'm trying to get. I called the front desk. I ain't worth a damn.
I'm sure that, well, I mean, what do you expect the front desk to do?
It says delighted to serve. Serve then.
But I mean, you open the hotel Wi-Fi, and then if you want to upgrade, you click the little upgrade tab and whatever. What are you gonna what's Theo at the front desk gonna do?
I'm gonna have a better phone call than Jimmy.
I would have just hung up on you.
Yeah, Jimmy, will you call Crowder's front desk and say there's a gentleman in room whatever trying to get a hold of you, and
Jimmy.
Jimmy's
the number, Jimmy, 469-925-1800.
Dan's trying to write it down. Jimmy's waving him off. Like Jimmy doesn't even want him to write down the number.
I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. I'm going to hand it to Jimmy.
Call it right now. Jimmy, talk with him.
469.
Jimmy, say I'm in room 15. I'm in room 15-17, and my Wi-Fi went out.
15-17. Tell him you're with the pivot, Jimmy.
469-925-1800.
Why don't you call?
Jimmy, you're right next to a phone. What's the difference?
Call.
So is he.
Jimmy, you're right
but
there.
he's doing the show.
17.
I mean, we're in the middle of a show, Jimmy.
Me too.
Well, listen, I mean, we
Jimmy,
all have
I'm a producer of a Miami radio show. One of my talent is in your hotel, and his Wi-Fi's out. Yes.
All right, you got it. I don't see a phone in your hand.
I'm trying to get this number.
469-925-1800.
I thought it'd be funny if we came back to Jimmy's camera and he was just gone.
All right, let's do this.
All right. You're a radio producer, Jimmy. You have a talent in one of the rooms. He's having trouble with his Wi-Fi.
Hey Dan, turn on
his mic.
Yeah.
So we can hear him talking.
He's got a recording. I hear it right now. I'll try to do play-by-play. He's very confused and nervous.
Ask him if they're rooting for a particular team in the Stanley Cup too, Jimmy. Just tell him informal poll.
It is a long recording. I can actually hear it from here.
And how close
also,
is
Jimmy, when you say
Whataburger?
When you say you're with a radio show, make sure it's Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. What happened?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
What does that mean?
What do you mean no? What happened?
Nope.
No? What happened?
Dad, stop calling.
All right, finish up the headlines because I want to have time with Zach Gelb. We appreciate everyone's effort. Don't worry about it, Dan. He's already out of sorts. What else do we have in the headlines?
Adam Silver did say that the 2026 All-Star Game will feature Team USA versus Team World. So they're trying another iteration of the All-Star Game.
All right.
You love that?
Yeah, it gets closer to what the NHL did, which was the Four Nations. Like, and that was wildly successful. So NBA's got to move away from what they're doing. It's brutal.
How about just going back to East versus West?
I have an opinion with this, but I don't know if I'm gonna stay on that long. So I want to talk real fast. We can talk about it later.
What's the room number?
Do a real quick.
The women's Roland Garros semis are set, by the way. Only bring it up because Coco Gauff will play Louis Bousson, who's from France.
Favorite.
She is. So she will be a not a crowd favorite in that one. And then world number one Arina Sabalenka will play previous world number one Iga Swiatek. Your weather from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. Call them.
Jimmy, look at Crowder. He's frozen again, and that's because you hung up on the automated recording. I just want you to know. I just want you to take ownership over what's happened to Crowder here.
Okay.
He's already going through difficult times. Now look at him.
866-954-MORE, youraccidentattorneys.com. I don't think I've ever seen Jimmy.
Zach Gelb must be watching this going, how are these guys still on the air? And how did they let them add even another person to this show?